lecture series of microeconomics concepts. Now today we are going to understand another very fundamental and a very important concept, that is regarding the income consumption curve that we just understood in the last videos. Now, income consumption curve basically is the adjoining of all the equilibrium points throughout the consumer's equilibrium that we had understood by the diagram like this. So there was commodity A as well as commodity B, and we had various price lines. And indifference curves as well, IC1, 2 as well as IC3. Okay. I'll draw that again because that was not quite tangential. So okay, IC3 and so on and so forth. Okay, and this is your 0 and this is your PL1, PL2, PL3. So these lines show the budget line or the price line, and the indifference curves show the two combinations or the various combinations of two goods that are consumed by a certain consumer, and they are the equilibrium positions. So this is a consumer's equilibrium where the indifference curve is tangential to the price line. Now, in the last lecture we had understood that how the income consumption curve is formed. Now we are going to look at the scenarios how the income consumption curve is bent in a normal good as well as in a inferior good scenario. Now this type of a question is moreover asked in various types of postgraduate entrance examinations like UGC NET examination, GATE economics and various other examinations. So we all must know why a certain income consumption curve is moving in a certain direction, right? So this was originally the ICC that we had. Okay. Now over here we see that the income consumption curve is for both the goods. The income consumption curve represents what? That the commodity A and commodity B are both normal goods. But why are they normal goods? Because as the income increases from PL1, let's say, to PL2, and then from PL2 to PL3, we see that the consumption of both the goods or the various commodities, quantities of both the goods is increasing with the increase in income. So all things remaining the same, price remaining the same of all the commodities, when because of income or because of an increase in income, when the change that happens in the quantities of good is positive, or when there's an increase in the quantities of commodities that are consumed as well, so that is known as a positive income effect. Okay, so in normal good, what do we see? A positive income effect. What do we mean by positive income effect? That when the income increases, the quantity demanded of goods also increases. Both of them are increasing in the same direction, or both of them are going in the same direction. Similarly, when the income is going to decrease, let's take the idea from PL3 to PL2. If that is the scenario, when you come from a higher budget level to a low budget level, and your quantity demanded for each of the commodities also decrease in the same manner, in the same direction, then that is also stated to be positive income effect. So normal goods always are going to have a positive income effect. Now what about inferior goods? So let's have a look at the inferior goods concept as well. The next scenario that we have is inferior goods scenario. Okay, I have just erased everything so that the points are clear to you all. Now, at the time of inferior good, what is going to happen? Let's say we'll take one by one. Let's assume that first of all, commodity A, which is on the x-axis, is let's say an inferior good. Okay. So we have commodity A, okay, which is an inferior good, while commodity B, which is a normal good, right? And this is 0. Okay, now we are going to, same way, in the same manner, we are going to make our price line. So this is our budget line or our income basically. Okay, this is PL1. On that we are again going to make a certain indifference curve, right, where the combinations of both good A and good B are going to give equal amount of satisfaction or utility to the consumer. So let's say this is a point, okay, and let's assume that this is IC1. Okay, now over here you see that in this point, on this point you have OA1 quantity of commodity A, while OB1 quantities of commodity P you are purchasing. Okay, so at PL1 level of income, you are normally purchasing various commodities of these both goods, whether they are normal or inferior. Now let's assume that your income increases a little bit. Okay, so you're on this price line PL2. Now in this price line, your consumption of your inferior good is now going to decline, right? Because as the income increases, now you will have enough income so that you can now avoid purchasing an inferior quality commodity and rather put your money into such a commodity that you feel is a normal good or you feel can derive you more utility, is of better quality. So because you have two combinations of two goods, one is inferior and one is normal. So what you're going to do, you have a limited amount of budget and only two goods, out of which one is inferior. So you are going to put more money on a better quality product now that you have more money. So what is going to happen now? The quantity of your commodity A is going to lessen and you're going to purchase, let's say, a certain lesser quantity of A while a more quantity of B. Okay, so the indifference curve is going to be made somewhere over here. Okay, this is the tangential point, this is IC2. Now similarly your income increases furthermore. Okay, so now you are at PL3. Okay, now your price line or budget line or income has further increased and now you're in a position to rather decrease your quantities that you're consuming of your inferior good even further. So what you're going to do, you're going to, let's say, only purchase that much amount of quantity of commodity A while your purchase of commodity B is going to rise a lot. And your indifference curve is going to be somewhere over here, and so on and so forth. Now if I, like in the previous income consumption curve, I joined the locuses of all the points of equilibrium. So same way I'm going to do it over here as well. Okay, if these are the points of equilibrium, I'm going to adjoin it from the line 0. So you see that initially the curve rises, but then it has a backward bending pattern. You see over here that till this point, till the original price line, it increased gradually. However, as the income started to increase further and further, your choice of as a consumer to purchase the inferior good became lesser and lesser, and that means that for the inferior good, the income effect plays a negative role or a negative relationship. Okay, so for inferior goods, your income effect is negative. What does that mean? That when the when the income is going to increase for a commodity, the quantity demanded for an inferior good is going to start to decrease. That means there's a change in the direction. One is going up, other is going down. That is what is the income effect or income consumption curve for a inferior good as well as a normal good. So in such a scenario, now how can you make the diagram even further? We have understood that for inferior goods, there is negative income effect, and that makes us to arrive to a certain point where we can make a small curve, okay, where let's say your commodity A as well as commodity B both are inferior goods. Okay, this is also inferior good while this is also inferior good. So now what you're going to have is two backward bending income consumption curves. If if the good A on the x-axis is an inferior good, your income consumption curve for good A will be like this. Yeah, that is ICCA. Okay, and the income consumption curve for good B is going to be backward bending like this, ICCB. Okay, so in this way, in this fashion, you can learn that whenever the commodities are inferior goods, their income consumption curves are going to be backward bending from that axis where your inferior good is existing. While for the normal goods, obviously your income consumption curve is a positively upward sloping line. So that is all about the scenarios and situations in the income consumption curve, the income effect for normal good as well as inferior good. So if you like our videos, give a big thumbs up and keep liking and sharing our channel and keep watching Ecoholics. Thank you.